Do you want more? More time, more balance, more love, more sex, more money, more real, and less bullshit? This is the Women Wanting More podcast with Dr. Karen Osborne. Real life, real stories, plus real tips to get you more of what you want.
So how do you deal with disappointing? You know what I'm talking about? When you have a plan, you have something that you want to have happen and it doesn't actually happen, like what do you do? So if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you know I've been training to fight. I box. I've been boxing one-on-one with my coach for the last year. I've started the last about 6 weeks. Been like really amping up my training for this tournament on Saturday, which is from when I record this, 2 days out. I think this will probably actually come out the next day, so it'll be like a day out from when the tournament was supposed to be. So here's how this went down, sister. I got a text from, now here's the thing you need to know about any kind of now this is a tournament, okay? Tournament versus fight. I say because I'm fighting in the tournament, but a true, quote unquote, true fight, boxing fight would be a certain number of rounds, usually 2 3-minute rounds. Okay, that's like a boxing fight, right? Whereas a tournament is in this particular case, it's one round. One round with one opponent. If you win, you advance. If you win, you advance. It depends on how many people are there. You would advance all the way through, or you stop at a certain point, then maybe you'd battle the person lost the first one. It's a tournament, right? So these were 2-minute rounds. And so Rob said, kind of best scenario, you'll have like a couple of opponents to spar, to fight. Not to spar, but to fight. Because it's to win, not just to practice, but to win. And he said, listen, there's also a chance that there's nobody. He said, it doesn't happen often, but I just need you to know this, kind of leading up to it. I've had this really the last, I'd say 3 weeks leading up to the tournament. I'm like, Rob, I haven't heard anything. They're like, no, you'll hear from them. Never did. Emailed them twice. Never heard back until just the other day. It was like Tuesday this past week with the tournament on Saturday saying, hey, we got your email. This is confirmation. Yes, you're registered. Because I hadn't heard anything back. I can see that, they have I paid through PayPal. They paid the registration through that. That was it. But I didn't receive anything from them since. I can see that I'm on their mailing list because I'm getting things from them. But that was about it. So they're like, yeah, we have your registration. You're only going to hear from us again if we don't have anyone in your division. I'm like, okay, cool. Wednesday, which was yesterday, I went in for a float, chiropractic, massage, and I can hear my phone buzzing. When you put it on silent, right? You can hear that whir sound. I'm just like, oh shit, I didn't turn my phone off. And I'm like, that text is 2 people. Either my husband Ed, because he was traveling at that time. He was actually at a Warrior event in Laguna. Or actually, it was Huntington Beach. Anyways, I said, or it's Rob. And I knew right away I was like, it's Rob? I'm like, they don't have anyone for me. I knew it. So, the massage, I checked the text. I'm like, fuck, that's what it is. Now, at that point, they're like, look, there could still be people registering tonight, tomorrow. Basically what came through is we'll just have to kind of wait and see, right? And I'm like, okay. Now, it would have been very easy for me to be kind of take my head out of the game and say, well, looks like it's not going to happen. But I was like, no, I still need to act as if this is happening. I told very few people. As I'm walking at the massage, I told my massage therapist because he's right there. He's like, hey, good luck with the fight on Saturday. I'm like, well, actually, And then I voxed my good friend Jill. And I ended up talking to my husband last night when he was still away. And I was like, hey, this is what happened. I wasn't going to actually tell him because I don't want to put energy towards it. And, the craziest piece of this, and we'll get into how to deal with the disappointment, is I had already resolved the fact that I was going to be good either way. There was no oh, God, the fight's not on. Oh, that's a relief because fuck, this is nerve-wracking and hard and oh, my God, and my first tournament, all this kind of stuff. And it also wasn't fuck, I've been training this long and this hard and what the hell, and I've basically been like a mini fight camp, which is your training, which gets really intense leading up to the fight. Fuck, I'm ready. I'm feeling ready. I'm feeling mentally ready. I'm feeling physically ready. I got this. And then I got the call today from the promoter. Okay, we're really sorry. Had a couple options of, here's someone you can fight. She's super advanced. Here's a 14-year-old. I'm like, 14? Oh, all right. And here's someone who's 180 pounds, and I'd be fighting at around 135. I'm like, no. I go, listen, let me text Rob. He's my coach. I'm pretty certain it's going to be no to all these. And Rob goes, yep, no way. Too experienced, too young, and like it's just too heavy compared to, you can't go if I'm fighting 135, have her be 180. Like, that's just, even like an extra 20 pounds for a female, or an extra 10, 15, definitely 20 is like a lot. That's an extra amount of oomph that's going to be behind those punches of someone who has more weight on you. That's just physics, right? It's just the way it works. So yeah, and I was like, okay, Rob, here's the scenario. This. I go, it doesn't seem like any of them really are. The next tournament is March. Looks like I'll be fighting in March. I go, but you tell me, what do you think? He's like, yeah. He's like, sorry, it's not happening. So I'm like, okay, now I'd already, gotten wind of, it looks like this may be happening, but like, it might not. There could be last minute people. Anything can kind of happen. And even the promoter said, hey, you can show up and we'll see if anyone registers at the door. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, that's just fucking insanity. I can't, even Rob's like, no. Nope. You either know there's someone right now, which is 2 days before, actually less than 40 hours before, or like, that's it. So he's like, look, we're going to go to the fight. Let's meet there. I want you to kind of scout out the other women that are fighting, because you might be fighting them, say, come March at the next tournament. You can see what the experience was like, right? So, again, I had choices right when it came to this. Disappointment. Had I been looking forward to this? Yes. Was it nerve-wracking? Yes, of course. Was it scary? As fuck? Yep. Every time I trained, got a little better. Did I have sparring sessions where I felt like I got my ass kicked? And I did. Yep. Like, the experience itself has been so unbelievable. Like, amazing, to the point of send a Vox message to my friend Jill on the Tuesday night, which was my last time of training, saying like, hey man, if the fight never happened, and like, I know it was so funny where it's like premonition or something. I'm like, this whole experience, it's that this journey part is kind of like cheesy, but like the journey part has been like amazing. Like the things that I've learned, the lessons that have come up, and like, I truly mean that. I don't just mean like, I'm trying to put a spin on this. And I know that I'm going to run a positive shift. I might even run the work and do other stuff and really like glean all the lessons out of this experience. But I reflected on it. I posted, actually, I'll link up the post I put up on Facebook kind of right after, I got off the phone and I texted Rob, and it was like kind of like, it was confirmed, like I'm not fighting in this tournament on Saturday. Like, that's it. And my thoughts kind of instantly, because I wanted to really express them in the moment. And one of the things that came true to me was this. And so, although you're listening to this podcast, you're like, yeah, this is great. How to deal with disappointment? Fuck, I've had a lot of it, or I got some right now. Give me the 3 tips, Karen. Give me the quick and dirty. Like, let's go. What are the 3 steps? This is not going to be what you're looking for. Sorry, not sorry. Not even my bad. Not even that, sister. Because here's the thing. If it was not for the work that I've been doing on myself, understanding me, creating this message, this movement, mostly the work on me, right? And it's the work on me that I share my experience and my story and all the things that have come up, which has created this movement, this message with Women Wanting More, and everything that's come about because of that. If it wasn't for that, yeah, I'd be pissed right now. Now, I'll tell you what I do feel. I do feel like a little empty. Like, I feel kind of like, because it's been such a lead up. I mean, I've put some business stuff kind of like on hold, or just kind of like, I don't have my foot full on the brake, but it's like, it's slowed down a little bit because I know I need to focus on this, right? I know that some of even like the family stuff has even, because I've been training some evenings, and Ed's been, my husband Ed's been amazing holding the fort with the kids, and I've been coming home either like at 8:15 and the kids are mental because they're not in bed yet and trying to help, or he's trying to do it solo, like, just, it's not easy to solo parent. We're used to the 2 of us. And so he's been amazing and supportive. And so a lot of my stuff, even people saying like, well, what's happening next week? I'm like, nope, can't even talk to you about that. I only see up until Saturday right now. Because really it was like the state of mind to be going into a tournament like this is so necessary. You could have the physical chops. You could be like, oh man, I'm like badass. Like, I'm going to fucking kick ass. But if your mind is not right, if your mindset is not there, if you have not rested, if you haven't done the stuff outside of the gym, you're fucked. You're fucked. And it was the only thing now after my physical training ended Tuesday night. And then it was like rest Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Rob's like, if you do anything, like go for a brisk walk, maybe shadow box, but don't even break a sweat. Like you really have to allow your body a chance to recharge and get ready for this. And so yeah, now I'm kind of like, well, what do I do now? Even when I finished my last training session on Tuesday, I'm like, but aren't I going to the gym tomorrow? Like it's become such a part of like 6 days a week, like training and sometimes twice a day. And I've loved it. Like I've loved it. As Rob's like, we're doing hills at 6 a.m. Awesome, dude. I'm going to fucking be there. I'm going to like have a smile on my face. It's going to hurt. And I'm going to be so thankful for it. Like, thank you, sir. May I have another? Yes. Like I love this. Push me. Knowing that each time was like another like turning over the page of like, shit, there's something to learn. Even the ones that I just felt broken, like, what the fuck have I done? Like, what am I doing? What am I doing? This is crazy. I'm not ready. I can't do this. I just got my ass kicked. What the fuck? Lots of those, lots of emotions, and like thankful for every single moment of it. Every single moment of it. I'll tell you what, as a side note, as I get closer to training now, so the next tournament's in March. So I'm like, all right, I got 5 months to the next tournament. Watch out, man, because I'm gonna be more fucking ready. Because the thing is, too, like, I felt really ready for this. I felt ready. I'm like, I got this. Even mentally, I'm getting checked by my chiropractor, also my good friend, and he's checking my spine today. He's like, your body feels calm. I'm like, I feel calm. I almost kind of go like, am I too calm? I'm like, I feel ready. Like, I feel confident. Of course, could I have sparred longer? No, but I know that I gave everything to my training, like everything. No regrets in my training. There was nothing that I didn't do. There was nothing I didn't push myself. There was like, Rob said, can you do this? I'm like, yes. Can you come here for this? Yes, I can. Yes, 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 yes. You're my coach. Tell me what to do. Like, I'm just going to follow whatever you have to say because, like, you're my coach. But yet at the same time, yeah, it's like this, what do I do now? I had this whole thing, and then I'm going to like, then I'm going to win the gold. Then we'll take that experience of the tournament and bring that back to you all. And it's like, it's okay, though. There was different lessons that I've learned instead. So how do you deal with disappointment? You really have to, we're working on you. Like really getting clear on the things that you want. And here's the thing, too. Understanding, if there's one thing I can say to you, it's this. Trust. Trust that when stuff goes sideways, there's a bigger purpose and a bigger reason for it. Trust when things don't go according to plan, it's because there's another plan that's supposed to be opening up for you instead. Trust that you don't have to exactly like see the reason for something that's happening right now, the disappointment, the this sucks, any of that stuff, but you will see it at some point. And it might not be tomorrow or next week, it might be 10 years from now. Trust. Learning how to like truly, I don't mean just like to say it like, oh, trust the process. No, like fucking trust. Like really, really trust what's happening. And that's going to come over time. That's from doing this work. That's from running positive shifts on stuff that comes up in your life and looking for the lessons. That's understanding that beneath all the disappointment, sister, is something for you to see, something for you to experience, something for you to hear, a lesson for you to receive. And if you stay in the place of like, why did they have to do this? And fuck, why aren't there more women that are boxing in Victoria? And like, what the heck? Like, I could push up against reality. I could do that. But it's not going to change the outcome, which is I don't fight on Saturday. So what are my choices? Accept reality and look for the lessons. And trust that this is the way it was supposed to happen. And listen, when I say this too, sister, I don't mean don't ever have a plan. Don't have a strategy. Don't have outcomes and results. No. Have all that stuff. But then you have to let go of the death hold that you may have on it. Like, this has to happen. So listen, I had it resolved in my head. I'm like, I'm winning the fucking gold medal. But there was already a little piece in the back of me that said, if something was to happen and I did, it's not going to destroy me. because I trust there'll be something for me to see in that too. Right? It's like opening up a gift. Your life is full of all these fucking gifts for you to see. All these lessons, all these experiences. Disappointment brings that. If it wasn't for the disappointment of never being able to conceive, I would never have adopted my 2 boys. If I never had that experience, I would have never started to look outside of myself and share the experience of adoption in blogs, which led to my first podcast, which led to connecting with women, which led to this podcast. Do you see, sister? If this would have never happened, we would have still had our kids at home, or probably not our kids at home, but we would still, we would have had children, biological children. We'd still probably be in our practice. If it wasn't for my husband, Ed, developing Crohn's, going through emergency surgery, realizing after trying several times to get him back in the practice that physically it was not happening for him, we would never be here where we are right now. We would never have searched for a different way to serve and provide value for others. We'd still be in our practice, hustling for new patients, maybe dealing with another staff member who quit or it's not working out, and be stuck in that place. How you deal with disappointment? You look for the lessons. You trust that this is the way that things are supposed to go down. And you accept the reality of what's in front of you. So here's your more tip for today. Where is there disappointment right now in your life that you're fighting against reality? And instead, run a positive shift to look for the lesson. I'm gonna link up in the show notes the latest episodes. I've done a couple on doing a positive shift, which is really for you to see the lessons inside of this and create action and how to actually apply it to your life. Run a positive shift. Journal it, write that down. And really look for the lesson. It's there for you to see. The disappointment might not feel like it, and you might not even be ready to run that positive shift just yet. Or to run the work on that person. I'll link up show notes to those episodes as well on the work by Byron Katie. But when you do, I promise you, something incredible inside of that. And listen, to be able to have a journal that I'm going to send to you for free, packaging up the next round of them today to actually ship out tomorrow, you can actually get your free Women Wanting More limited edition journal for free from me. Gift to you, sister. No excuses not to journal. Got all sorts of cool goodies I'm including inside of that. You just take care of the shipping, and I send all the rest to you. So here's how you go and get this. I want you to do this right now. Go over to drkarenosborn.com, drkarenosborn.com/free journal, and you'll receive that within the next few weeks. So I will talk to the next episode, sister. A life of more is just one step away from you doing the fucking work every single day. I love and appreciate you.
To get the show notes of each Women Wanting More episode, including the How to Get More tip, subscribe to the newsletter at drkarenosborn.com/newsletter.